Yo, what's up everyone? This is going to be a different but more serious video about my thoughts on the game right now and how 2.2 has changed things, specifically in the realm of Extreme Demon. I'm basically just going to be talking over the level in the background, which I've beaten, and it really just gave me a lot of insight into what is actually happening with Extreme Demons right now. I've heard things from other people in the community, but I didn't want to make this video without playing one of these levels myself. Going into this update over 6 months ago, I was very optimistic that creators would be able to utilize the new features responsibly without overusing or making the new features overpower everything else in their levels. We already saw this happen with early 2.1, and the levels made then are being slandered now for overusing the features. I feel like a large portion of the creating community took lesson from these and understands that a lot of the features in this game are just best used moderately. So I figured we'd carry that same attitude into 2.2 and use the features lightly but also meaningfully. While there are levels that have done this successfully, the majority of rated extremes since the update came out continue to abuse shaders and camera controls, restricting visibility and playability of levels that would be perfectly fine without them, or better with more moderate use of them. The amount of potential all these triggers have when they aren't the focal point of the level is insane, but it's incredibly frustrating when I play level after level that completely relies on a shader or a particle trigger to cover the entire screen, with everything else about the level ignored. While this is annoying to see in decoration since it completely wastes potential, my main concern with the 2.2 triggers are the effects their misuse has on gameplay. Triggers such as gravity or time warp have been used out of nowhere in extremes, making them unreadable and inconsistent with normal physics we've all been used to. These gimmicks definitely have a valid use, they can be used well, and especially if it just matches the song. However, they're almost always placed for no reason with sloppy gameplay that exists just to use the new feature. I feel like this is being justified similar to how it was in early 2.1, where since the levels are Extreme Demon, people will have to learn them anyway, so who cares how bad the gameplay is? I've never understood this argument, and I don't understand why anybody would think this is a good idea, but I'm clearly missing something since nearly every recent extreme suffers from the exact same lack of playtesting or care for its playability. The best example I can give for all these problems is playing in the background right now. Neon Mixtape Tour has had absolutely no playtesting or care for any of its gameplay, or at least I hope it hasn't had playtesting because it's embarrassing how bad it is, and every transition is obstructed by either bad camera controls, overused shaders, or just straight inconsistent or broken gameplay. Anyway, this level gets rated epic, with Twister stating it was robbed of legendary, when in all honesty this barely deserves a star rate because of how bad the gameplay is. The root of this problem completely resides in the community and its priorities and has nothing to do with RobTop or the 2.2 features. Obviously RobTop does not have the time or probably the skill to judge whether an extreme has playable gameplay, but it should 100% be a priority among moderators to judge gameplay and let that have a factor on whether they send it to be rated. Currently, overuse of 2.2 features is the best way to get your level rated, which is incredibly unhealthy for every part of the community, as levels are not getting any better for players and there's no incentive for innovation for a creator. By giving these levels epic or legendary ratings, it promotes the misuse of 2.2 features that harm the gameplay in the level, creating a loop of creators not caring about how their level plays, but rather how many effects they can shove in their level. Noticeably, top play has died down significantly with a long period where the demon list was completely dormant, mostly as a result of less levels being made and some not even getting rated as the wrong levels get all the attention. Now that the demon rating system has been changed to be the exact same as normal levels, less attention is put on demons, with only levels that get sent most by mods actually getting rated, making Extreme Demons a popularity contest rather than judged on quality. Once again, as seen with Neon Mixtape Tour, there are multiple moderators that had parts in this level, making it quite clear why it got as many legendary sends and even a mythic send, when it is incredibly unpolished and horrible to play. At this point, I believe my main point is clear, that I strongly believe level rating should account for gameplay more than decoration. Realistically, this will never happen as the mod team consists of primarily creators that are not good enough at the game to judge playability. So then, what can actually be done to improve anything? I feel like it all goes back to responsibly using everything brought with the 2.2 editor. If levels start to use these features when appropriate, levels will actually improve from in 2.1, since each of the new features has so much potential to make levels more consistent and feel better to play. Once creators get out of the mindset that they need to use something new and rush a level out to get creator points, they can go back to focusing on quality levels with real playtesting. Another thing I may as well bring up in this video is the damage 2.2 has already done to 2.1 extremes and the incredibly difficult process that is preventing them from being fixed. 2.2 changed a lot of the physics of the game, most noticeably through slopes and their new behavior. Not only do slopes function slightly differently, they are slightly larger, making them poke out of structures when they are used as decoration. This was very common to see in 2.1 and had no effect on the gameplay of levels at the time. However, now these slopes have caused a large number of extreme demons to become significantly harder or impossible. While it sucks that this happened, it's still possible to update these levels to fix these bugs, right? Wrong. For some reason, levels older than a certain ID, around 90 million, are locked from updates, requiring an elder moderator to open, making fixing level a legitimate challenge even when the creator knows exactly how to fix it. For levels where the creator is inactive, players can report bugs to a small group of moderators that will maybe fix the bug within multiple months, usually not even fixing it when they do. The extremely poor handling of bug fixing since this update was launched has made a large portion of the top playing community to switch to playing on a 2.1 private server, creating an unhealthy split within the community. At this point, I feel like a lot of damage has already been done, with 2.2 physics breaking so many levels in 2.1, and all the new 2.2 levels being completely ridden with terrible camera, shader, and trigger usage. I really hope something can be done to change this all soon, since I obviously care about this game a lot and want it to be as good as it can be. But until then, 2.2 has definitely ruined Extreme Demons and top play, leaving the community split between vanilla GD and 2.1 private servers. Since Neon Mixtape Tour sparked this whole video for me, if you want to read my full thoughts on it, I will leave that in the description. But I mainly hope this video can help start some actual change to this community and quality of gameplay and levels. Also, I feel like I have to state that I'm not hating on any of the creators of these levels, but rather just the levels themselves for ignoring quality of gameplay and playtesting for the sake of adding new features to get attention. Hopefully this gives better insight into the state of Extreme Demons at the time. If I missed anything or you have any thoughts, make sure to leave a comment, since more discussion and points of view can help lead to an actual solution. That's about it for me. Have a great rest of your day.